This week, we still try to figure out why Thor was crying. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Cream of the Crop podcast. I am joined by my two lovely compadres, as always, Olas and KJ. We have a chock full agenda tonight to go through. Everything from comics to Dr. Disrespect to cool wrestling stuff that happened over the weekend that we're going to spend a long time on, hopefully. But as always, we start this podcast the same way every single week. And that's bullshitting for 2 hours, and then we talk about This Week in Geek.
Yeah, you guys just don't get to see the
for
2 hours.
You ever wonder why this isn't funny? It's because we save it all for the people that don't see anything.
Yeah. It's funny for us for the first 2 hours, and then we get still kind of funny, just not as funny.
But so a few things to talk about. The first thing, and this will be near and dear to Olas's heart because I know how much he loved this company. Game Informer, after 33 years of service, is closing their doors officially, and it's official as like today because I went and checked their website and they're done. No real announcement of the reason, but basically, I guess just gaming news.
Because they suck.
Well, oddly enough, Game Informer was the least worst of the ones I usually pull from as far as just random nonsense. No, I think a lot of I think Reddit is a big part of that. I think with Reddit being what it is now, getting news, you don't necessarily need a specific news site. And let's be honest, a lot of the stuff that they reported and we pulled from was, hey, this might be what's going on, instead of like what actually is going on. And I can do that on Reddit. So,
yeah.
But in all seriousness, to the people that work at Game Informer, I hope everything's figured out, and I hope they all get their life sorted. That's never fun to have your business close.
Unless you read shitty articles.
Then yeah, go to Reddit. But
do drugs like the rest of the morons on the corners, just shouting about nothing.
The world is ending. And then in even more comical news, as we, at this point we have consistently followed this story. I feel like a journalist for this story in some degree. Dr. Disrespect pulling a fucking power move and dropped a
child's pants. Sorry.
Allegedly.
He'll admit it later, and then
dropped a very interesting and confusing picture on his Twitter on I think it was July 31st.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I understand what he was trying to say.
It don't matter.
But the jokes set themselves up.
So yeah, and so basically the picture, and I'll flash it somewhere here. Is
flash people. Minors might be watching. No flashing.
He's playing chess while everybody. I'm powering through it. Can't stop me. He's playing checker or goddamn. Okay, you guys got me fucked up. He's playing chess. When everybody else is playing checkers, and the comments of this tweet did not. I'm ignoring it. We're gonna go in. The comments of this tweet really made it even better.
Yeah.
So,
you guys didn't disappoint. I appreciate all of you.
Came out.
Internet is undefeated.
So one of is, I'm surprised you're playing considering there's 18 pieces on that board, or there's over 18 pieces on that board. Why is the POV of this image so much shorter than you? Is this you playing with a minor? To his response, good one, she/her. The internet will never fix your real threat. Depression. Bold move.
In other news, Drake's OVO Music Company is starting a gaming division.
Oh God.
Their first signee is Dr. Disrespect.
Jesus.
Second signee is Cody Ko. And third signee is Chris Tyson. They are going to be heading this new division.
Well, they're heading something. Hopefully straight to prison.
Yay, minor.
Thank you for just adding on to the joke.
I like how long he holds that. It's freaking great. Oh God.
Additionally held on to those messages with minors. That's cool.
I didn't realize iFunny got in on this too. I hear checkers is popular amongst the youth.
Yeah.
Give them some time, champ. They'll learn how to play chess when they're old enough. I get it, because most children only know how to play checkers, not chess, right? I could just blasting this guy. And
every bit of it is deserved.
Oh yeah.
If you think you're gonna come back and like play the villain, no, bro, you are the villain. You admitted to having inappropriate messages with a minor that you were talking about meeting up with. Like, there's no spin that goes, oh yeah, no, it's okay. Like, I mean, I know people are defending him and like that's weird, but like, you know, do you, I guess. That speaks more about you than it does about everything else.
Is it set this fucking shockwave now? Because now you have Chris Tyson who's going through everything where inherently I think that situation has become worse.
Oh, it is.
Not to downplay the Dr. Disrespect stuff's bad.
No.
But this is like factual proof of very suggestive.
You had drawn child porn in your life.
Yeah. It's really bad.
You're and siding with the guy. You made everyone go, Keemstar is the morally right person in this whole scenario.
You can't be forgiven for that. Like that's a problem in itself.
You let him have the high ground.
We had another one to the list, but this one's in more of a morally gray area. Tyson, that was his cameraman.
So it was a 17-year-old.
Yeah. So he's 19. The cameraman's 19.
Yeah.
The girl was 17. This one's a morally gray area because of the age.
Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, it's like, so if she waited a couple more months, would it be fine? But it's like, first of all,
hold on, because if you say that, then Sneako's gonna say he's right, and we can't have that.
No, in this scenario, I'm like, technically they would have went to school together, so I'm like, it's not as bad.
Yeah, so you always have to wonder where it gets. So like,
what's the age group?
I speak from experience, right? When I was 13, I was dating a 15-year-old.
Okay.
Right. So like, had we no,
you really had me on you had me on the edge of my seat there. I'll be
yeah. I'm glad I did it that way, so you guys could get all fucked up for a second. But no, like, so when I was like 13, I was dating a 15-year-old. I was 14, I was dating a 16-year-old. Had we continued to date, where does it get?
You would have graduated high school, and you would have still been in high school.
And I still would have been in high school, and we had been had we been still dating to the point where she was in college and I was in high school, but we had been dating for 4 years. Where does that? You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird. That's different.
One, because technically, that relationship would have been.
It was a prior relationship.
Yeah.
Which I know, well, see, I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but I know that that's what they reference it as, is the Romeo-Juliet law, where it's as long as it's a prevalent relationship prior to the age.
Because he was crying on stream. Like, first of all, it's not that big of a deal. I think the messages are way worse than the age gap itself.
Yeah.
Well, it's
also
just like
he was just creeping on her.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, you're being a creep.
Like, you're just being a creep, not even for the age purpose. Like, it's already just
you're acting like you're 20 years older.
Y'all weren't talking. You hit up this girl saying, I want to fuck you. Like, yeah, all right, now you're being weird.
Coming off a little strong. Dial it back a little bit.
Yeah. So it's like that part, that's where he should have got.
But yeah, I mean, so I think the point we were kind of making with it being a gray area is with that age being so close. It's not like it was somebody in their mid to late 20s talking to a 16, 17-year-old. Obviously, that's a way different scenario. Even somebody like in their early to mid 20s and they're 17 is still, obviously, that's weird.
It was the same way as fuck, what was the guy's name? He was a gaming YouTuber who was like in that same situation. When he was 19, he was talking to someone who was 17.
I know what you're talking about.
Here's the awful part: is I still feel like it needs to be narrowed down. Like it still sounds
No,
like
I forgot the guy's name because everyone made a big deal about it. Like he was just 19.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, because the thing is like, if she's 18 and the guy was like 30,
yeah.
that's
who cares?
that's
Like, well, she's legal, and you'll be creeped out about the age difference. You'll be like the power down. In that scenario, like I can see someone in high school who just turned 19 dating a 17-year-old, and no one would bat a fucking eye.
Well, I mean, you
because
even
they're
swap genders.
Yeah.
It's less looked at like if it was a 19-year-old woman dating a 17-year-old guy.
Everybody was like,
Nobody
yo,
would
that
really
dude's
give a
killing
shit. Yeah, like nobody gives a shit, and it's like, man, like that's kind of fucked up. And
Call me
Also,
Carson.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I just looked it up.
why does that? It sounds familiar. I can't put a face to the
Because
name.
he hasn't come back. He rarely comes back now.
Gotcha.
Because he was 19 dating. He was dating a 17. Like,
But I think it was the same thing where they were like dating for a while, weren't they? Isn't that like the whole thing? And that's why it was like, I don't know why this is weird because they
and
had
people
been
try
dating
to
for
no, because
years.
people try to change it to the power dynamic. Like, at 19, what power dynamic do you have over a 17-year-old?
Yeah.
Y'all have this damn near the same mindset.
Yeah. I mean, it's
if there's like if she's like if you're like in your 20s and you're dating a 17-year-old, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But motherfuckers fresh out of high school, okay, weird. But motherfuckers, most people's parents have like a 20-year fucking age gap, and no one bats a fucking eye.
Hey, my wife's older than me. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're good. Sorry.
I was gonna go back to the Chris Tyson thing because I know naturally Mr. Beast looks like he's trying to play damage control in obviously some degree.
And he's catching the meanest strays with it.
Well, I mean,
that was your friend.
Well, from what I'm seeing is like they're showing like the Discord messages and shit where
And he's
kind of like part of some of them. Like, oh fuck, man, like this is gonna.
That's a fucking.
Put it this way, this shit's gonna get way worse before it's over. I stand by it that this is gonna get a shit ton worse for them before it's even near being done.
Honestly, with the way Mr. Beast is always on YouTube, like that should have been an immediate apology. Like,
oh yeah, like
all the charity in the fucking world can't negate. Like, you were friends with a guy who had CP on their wall casual.
yeah,
It's not like, oh man, it's just lolly. Not, it's fucking CP. You were associated with a guy who draw like actual children.
Yeah, because it was like the artist depiction was based off of a child, right? That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the images was Keemstar's daughter, who was like 8 at the time.
Oh,
That was the thing. That was one of the big things. Like, most people found out about that guy because of that.
Jesus.
They were like, this is the one moment like Keemstar, like, hey, everyone's on your side.
This guy did no wrong. What?
Weird. He made porn of his own mother. Yeah, fuck, the guy's weird.
Oh my lord. I know, and here's the other end is you made Nick Merckx right too. Like that's gonna piss off a fucking side of the gaming community.
No one wants to agree with the racist or the fucking potential Nazi, but it's like this is an easy slam dunk.
Like, goddamn. And you gotta give it to Nick Merckx. He called a spade there. Like, I mean,
like, yo, you want to be weird, you want to be weird.
That guy couldn't have hit that nail more on the head than he did. So, I mean, Jesus. Not that he, doesn't say his share out of the fucking pocket
he
shit.
fears black people?
Yeah, like
fucking crap.
I know because he was talking about and we'll kind of touch on this since it's kind of a big thing in the world right now. Little thing called the Olympics. Because I know the female boxer, he was like all over of like, this is disgusting. You're letting a man beat up all over these women. It's like
the truest form of evil. The quote.
Yeah, is that what it was? It was true. I couldn't remember if it was.
Oh, I remember that. That's good. That's a hell of a line for a guy who can't go to Japan.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, the comments on that post didn't disappoint either.
I have to go back and look at that one.
You are throwing stones out of a very fragile glass house, my friend.
That glass is already cracked, brother. Like, you better be careful. Like
and the thing is,
he's not even throwing rocks. He's shooting guns from the fucking house.
We could argue semantics about this situation. The Olympics cleared it, and I have a hard time believing that they don't do some kind of protocol with it that, you know, make sure this is on the up and up.
Can I?
Yeah.
Not to get overly political, since we're kind of talking political thing. We understand that this is the Olympics, right? Not America. Like, I don't know how this became like an American discussion about the Olympics when it has nothing to do with us. Like, can we not?
Because everything's about us.
Well, they even tried, like,
that's why we're the U.S.
The other woman that she was fighting that I guess bowed out after like the first, I think it was like 45 seconds or some shit.
Yeah, she got clocked in the face and quit.
And because everybody's like, oh, she knew that this was bullshit, and she eventually came out and was like, no, I got decked, and went, nah. Like that. This is for me. This is the hardest I've ever been hit ever. It's like, hey, you know,
fucking blow and just went, this ain't for me, chief. Didn't matter who it was.
And it's not to say that, like, there's a lot of controversy going on with the Olympics right now. And you know, from the accommodations to the meal plans to, you know,
but in ceremony,
which
people don't
look, guys, and I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and alienate members of the audience because we just, you all understand Christianity isn't the only religion that's ever existed, right? Like, we all understand that. That's a historical conception. It's almost like the Olympics that are based off Greek Olympics, which is literally where this started, may or may not have done something that referenced Greek history, like the dinner with Dionysus. It's not the fucking Last Supper. Even then, do you think that's what that picture really looks like? Like, did you think somebody was there and painted that, and that's no.
Actually, if you think about it, most Christian, like most of our depictions currently of Christianity come from non-Bible things. Like, our view of hell is not depicted anywhere in the Bible. We got it from fucking Dante's Inferno.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying don't be Christian. I'm not saying I'm saying you were not the only thing in the universe that revolves around everything.
Also, shout out to Gojira.
Yeah.
They had that opening. They performed that song with all the fire and the oh my god, what the fuck's her name? But she was depicted headless, and they turned that into like a devil thing because it was heavy metal. And so, for anybody that doesn't know, Gojira is a French band, like a French metal band. So them getting to play in France for the Olympics is huge. Fucking dope.
Like, it's huge.
As a metal fan, like that was cool to see. Obviously, metal always gets a bad rap for all of its things, and then, you know, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Just, I'll leave it to this. Just watch the fucking Olympics. Quit looking for something to be offended about. Just enjoy. Yeah, that too. Do your fucking research. Like, don't just come. Like, Google's free, guys, and it's relatively accurate. Like, hey, just God. But no, I don't know if you all have seen the accommodations issues where they've talked about, like, I guess they sleep on like cardboard bed frames.
Yes.
But I guess France opted for a more eco-friendly living situation where none of them have AC. So it's just like these like boiling buildings where like these people are getting their own AC units brought in. But Team USA dropped $15 million for like top-notch hotel accommodations and food accommodations. Like, well, I mean, you got a bunch of millionaires on the USA team that can afford it, so
yeah. And
then, of course, as far as I'm concerned, the coolest thing from the Olympics is and I do not remember the guy's name. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description of the Turkish shooter for the Olympics that shot without ear protection, without any eye protection, with his hand in his pocket, just the most dad look possible.
That's not a dad look. That
Pull
is a trained assassin.
Yeah,
I've never seen him.
pulls a silver medal out of all that. And I love the interview where they talk about why he doesn't use like eye stuff. He's like, if it's good enough for the military, it's good enough for me. He was like, that guy's a killer. Yeah, that's like a no.
I don't need that shit. Just give me a gun. I got it.
But they show a picture of him with this cat, and they immediately go, God forgive whoever does anything to that cat.
Real like fucking John Wick over here.
Uh,
But yeah, all the wildness that's come from that.
You know what that reminds me of? This is a weird transit, but my mind just unlocked this. You ever seen The Ultimate Fighter?
Like,
The show.
yeah, okay.
I remember there was a season where they got like this Russian trainer where he was half drunk, like he showed up drunk, beer gut and all.
I feel like I
and
vaguely
just
remember
kicked the
that.
fucking shit out of every trainee there.
I feel like I vaguely remember that.
I just remember them all like, yo, he was drunk and he's out of shape and he's smoking cigarettes, but he's kicking our ass and he's just there, just talking the most shit. And this is what this feels like.
I don't know.
A
The
guy
only
who's
thing I
just
can
out
think
of
of from
place.
Ultimate Fighter is Rampage Jackson ripping the fucking door off
Ripping
its
the door
hinges
off.
and shredding it. Not given, it
I
was
thought
a
it was
cheap
kids.
door, but like still impressive. Like I don't think I could have done that.
I just want to bang.
Uh,
I just want to bang. Yeah. I remember so much when you don't remember. It was a guy who was like crying and he wanted to fight. I think he couldn't cut weight. And he just kept like, I just want to bang.
it's just a
Fucking
funny
Matt-
statement to say.
Fucking Matt Riddle was in the Ultimate Fighter.
oh god,
Yeah, he was.
the original bro. And
Is
then
he still a
is he?
he's still wrestling?
I thought he
He's,
was.
he's doing
Isn't he-
something.
Isn't he in New Japan or something? I thought.
No. I remember he was their TV champion for a little bit.
Yeah.
After that, I don't hear much out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he get a porn star pregnant?
Yeah,
Probably.
you know, naturally.
Hey, at least he gets to see one of his kids.
Yeah. For now.
Right? Or Seth Rollins. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Seth Rollins took over my body for a second.
And then so this has been the year for layoffs, and every company's been affected by it, and we've had another one as of I think last week. So Bungiee got hit. Obviously, Bungiee, Destiny 2, former Halo. But they announced layoffs and cancellations of Project Payload, which would have been a Destiny spinoff. They released about over 100 people.
Was 17% of their
17% of their workforce, and then relocated another 12% of the staff to the parent company Sony. So I mean, we're talking a good chunk of their fucking people are gone now, and it's not just like low end people. Like they
across the board.
Yeah, because there was some like high end executive story writers and all that stuff that got laid off.
The head narrative lead for the Final Shape was let go.
And of course, you know, the executive says that this is due to rising costs of development and industry shifts and enduring economic conditions.
AKA, we want more money.
Yeah, we want more money, but we don't want to pay anybody to do it, you know.
Yeah. So that scraps mostly all DLC plans for post Final Shape for Destiny 2. Apparently it was revealed that Project Payload, or whatever it was called, was not like a Destiny related IP. It was gonna be a new IP.
Oh, see, everything I kept finding is that it was a Destiny spin-off series.
No, because some people said it was Destiny 3. And then one of the guys came out like, yeah, no.
It was Destiny 3 was never in the works. It was never,
Like, I don't know where people got this information from. It was supposed to be a new IP. Yeah, no DLC plans. Everything's gonna be drip fed now. Apparently the Final Shape did worse numbers than not Beyond Light. What was the last expansion? Lightfall. That's what it was.
That blows my mind. I don't know, like I don't see how that's possible.
No, I can see it because it was a large chunk of people who was coming back,
Yeah.
but not a lot of new people.
Yeah.
Because just a bunch of people like, I want to see how this ends. But a lot of people were burnt from how bad Lightfall was as an expansion. So let's see. People brought up the fact that the Bungie, the head of Bungie was showing off his $2.3 million antique car collection that he bought
Yeah.
after the acquisition, which does not correlate to these layoffs because that was right after Sony acquired Bungie. So whatever. Uh, that kind of sucks, but you're trying to make this seem like he just did it the day before
Yeah.
the layoffs were announced.
Or like right during or after. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that's
You know how
kind
many
of a
people I had to
dickhead
lay
move.
off for this car?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the art team.
Yeah, so that's the art team. That's the lead writing. and
It's
it
like
sucks. Like I hate that because I personally feel like Final Shape was successful and was a good, it. You see where Lightfall was and how that could have been better, and they laid off people, and then you turn around and do Final Shape, where I think is a good cultivation of the end of that story, and you lay more people off because of it, this could be Sony. It could be Bungie. It could be Sony. With them having a parent company, you never really know who's the one making the call here.
it feels more like a little bit column A, a little bit column B because apparently reports came out that Bungie's debt was underplayed when
Mm.
Sony acquired them.
Hmm.
So that could have been a hey, we
Cut
bought
something.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cut
it's
the
like we
fat.
need to make more cuts because y'all kind of put us in a hole because you undersold what you were selling.
Like we need to fix this. Here's how we're gonna fix this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all said y'all were in the red, not by this much. So now we have to. You have the cuts on the team to fix the problem y'all brought in with you.
And if that's the case, I mean it's still shitty.
The Bungie problem, not a Sony
It's
thing.
right, and not this isn't to like defend Sony, but if that is the case, that's really on Bungie, and they really dropped the ball for their employees who are now without a job,
Yeah,
which sucks. That really sucks. Obviously, with the economy the way it is, and everybody's. I mean, trust me, I work in sales for a living, so like money is tight for a lot of people, and they are clutching their wallets and pearls very tightly. Um, to see people lose their job at a time like this is not ideal. I mean, any time is obviously not ideal, but even more so when there's so much uncertainty and different things going on. Like it's not a good time.
All I'm
So yeah,
saying,
if that's the case with the company failing them like that, like that's even shittier than originally thought.
hey, all I'm saying is all these Bungie's employee 343, I think could use some Bungie employees
that ain't happening.
to let's kick this back to where it was. No, but I do hope everybody's able to kind of get back on their feet. Like I said, cuts are never fun, and these last few years have been really the years of you know companies cutting, especially in the gaming
I feel like
industry.
the last 2 years or so has been like
COVID
very
really put
like
in like a I'm thinking of the term I'm trying to think of, but really put in motion kind of the layoff season for especially the gaming industry.
yeah.
And not just like the game making industry, just I mean, like you said, we just talked about Game Informer closing up after 33 years. You got a pocket PS1? What?
No, it's actually my PlayStation playing cards
Oh, okay.
that I won at some point. I don't remember this.
Uh,
I'll
you
be back in
had
a second. I just gotta blow my nose.
go ahead. But you had E3, one of the most prevalent gaming conventions close their doors, and it's just been
Yeah,
it's been
but
rough for
that
the
one at
gaming
least made
community.
sense.
We're in a lull. I mean, this is kind of, if you think back prior PS2, there was kind of this similar issue of we were hitting a lull in video games, and it wasn't until the graphics got better and the right PS2 kind of that era of PS2 Xbox and and GameCube kind of revitalized gaming for a lot of people. But I hope we're on the upswing. Especially after what I've seen as far as games that have been coming out of hey actually being excited and some of the stuff actually seems good. Um, I'm hoping we're hitting an upswing as far as the time and effort that goes into some of this stuff. Um, and then to wrap up and transition, as we skillfully do in this podcast.
Yeah.
We've all officially caught up. I know he's not here right now, but he'll be back in a moment. But we've all officially caught up on Wolverine Deadpool. We're gonna talk about, hopefully shouldn't be any spoilers, but just here's your moment of, if you don't want to hear anything that may or may not spoil something, go ahead and fast forward like 20 minutes.
I don't wait for the time period.
I think 20 minutes would be sufficient.
Knowing us, no.
Okay, I'll give you 40. If it seems like, if we're playing a game, that's a good part to be at.
Okay.
But there was some supposed drama that's going on, and we're saying this totally out of speculation. I found nothing in writing or in quotes, direct quotes. This is just internet speculation, but I was kind of curious about it to see if anything actually comes to light. But you had, and I'm gonna butcher her last name because I always do, but Tatiana, who plays She-Hulk, who was, I guess, was supposed to be in Deadpool Wolverine and have a slightly decent role in the third act of the movie. I'm assuming around the main ending fight scene to some degree.
Yeah.
Which was entirely cut because I guess there were some disputes about how the direction of the film wanted to go, and either, I guess, she decided she didn't want to be a part of it, or Ryan Reynolds just didn't want her to be a part of it. I don't know. But there's speculation she's going around kind of dog shitting on the movie, and basically saying that the Deadpool Wolverine movie does nothing but make jokes of the LGBTQ community and puts them in a bad light, and doesn't have proper amounts of representation, be it diversity and race and ethnicity and everything. If this is true, that's a really wild take. I don't understand how you can honestly say that about any of these movies with the characters they have in it. Not to mention, I mean, you got Deadpool, who's canonically pansexual. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say that when the main character inherently is supposed to be pansexual. I mean, he gets pegged in one of the movies. So, like, I mean,
Yeah. So apparently this came from just a random like Facebook page. So more than likely this is
it doesn't sound like something she would do, because she hasn't inherently been that vocal as far as like aggressively vocal.
I'm gonna say this is
Are we calling it cap? Are we,
yeah, I'm calling
or something
it
that's being misconstrued as far as what she's saying, or
because I feel like she's outspoken enough that
she'd just say it.
Yeah. If she was unhappy, she would have been said something about it.
Yeah.
If this is coming like not a single page talking about this has come up with anything from her itself. I'm calling 100% fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it, like I said, it's a wild take for this, because I do think this movie has good natural representation. Because that's a lot of my issues with superhero movies in general, honestly, is forced representation. I have no issue with you having diversity and all that stuff, as long as it makes sense in the storyline. If we're just randomly doing stuff for the sake of diversity, it kind of takes me out of
Yeah.
it. So, I mean, like I said, you have Deadpool, who's pansexual. You have Negasonic and what is the other Yukio, who are a lesbian couple, or and whatever sexuality they choose to claim. You have, do I physically name it? Because I don't want to name it.
You have a bunch of minorities.
You have a bunch of random characters of all different minorities and colors and gender. You know, it to go, oh, this is not inclusive enough. And then to call them, I guess, the one of two main bad guys in the movie, because this is the other thing I saw was speculations that they didn't they made the bad guy uninteresting and not part of, you know, a good part of the movie, which I would inherently disagree with. The and I'm not going to say the name because for those that haven't seen it yet, but the main bad guy is very prevalent and is a very impressive bad guy. I I'm like you. I with not having. If this was a direct quote, I feel like we wouldn't have that much trouble trying to find it. Like it would be
Yeah.
everywhere.
But since it's like apparently the main thing came from an anime fucking Facebook page, I'm like,
But
this seems like something that was spread by like people on YouTube who have like Brie Larson on their fucking thumbnail in 2 seconds, saying she raged out on set. So
yeah, like I said, I do think it's Cap, but I guess time will tell. We'll see if something comes.
yeah.
Because I mean, even Ryan Reynolds hasn't really come out and said anything. And I feel like if there was if anybody would defend this movie, he'd have been the first to come out and go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You
Hugh
know,
Jackman probably would have said something.
yeah,
by now.
it's yeah. I say it. I don't even think that he wouldn't have said something. But if you haven't seen Wolverine Deadpool, go see it. It's really good. If you
Yeah, we could talk about it this week because I finally got to watch it.
unless you're very religious, wow, we're talking about this twice in one episode. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We have talked about religion more in this one episode than we have in the entirety of the time we've done this podcast. That's crazy.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is almost coming up on a year.
Yeah, I know, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. We'll have
But
to do a
I
happy
thought about
birthday
it.
stream. I'll get some cake.
Happy almost anniversary
Yeah.
to Wes.
But what we're referencing is there's been an influx of TikTok videos of people complaining that if you were very religious and Christian, you shouldn't see the Deadpool movie because Deadpool is Marvel Jesus.
Which
And
is
that
something that was said in the trailers. So
yeah.
Yes.
if you were going in and surprised by that line, man.
I just the things God, I'm just
The things people
I'm
get
just
fucking
gonna
pissed
stay
about.
alienating people today. The things that Christians can get their fucking panties in a bunch about. This is a character who in the first movie got pegged. What was your expectation for the rest of this series? This is one of the more mild jokes that they make in the entirety of this.
Actually, but the thing that keeps getting brought up is slight spoiler. During one of the scenes, Deadpool looks to see multiple Wolverines, and one Wolverine is in a world that is full of skulls, and he is, I'm gonna say it, flatline crucified on a giant X.
Yeah.
People take this as a reference to Jesus being nailed on a cross. That is not it.
So
It is
fucking
a
X-Men, uncanny X-Men cover.
Uncanny X-Men covered what, issue 251?
Something like that. I know it's in the twos.
I'm gonna assume 251 because that's the number that sticks out in my mind.
I'll double check it for you.
And what's bad is I can't even inherently remember what it's about. I
Context of it.
Yeah, I just
it was a
instinctively
group of
remember the
anti-mutant, like it's in a world where they killed off all the mutants, and as punish because Wolverine can't die,
yeah.
they nail him to the.
Yeah, but they're trying to make it into this.
251.
Hey, look, there you go.
Nice job. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's Olas has sent me numerous videos, and it's fun making fun of these people, not because they're Christians. That's not why we make fun of them. But it's that mentality of not understand, like,
not everything's about you.
Yeah,
to
like
quote Seth Rollins,
like
it's not always about you.
Like, come on, guys. It's a movie.
Other things happen in this world.
And even his reference of Marvel Jesus isn't comparing him to Jesus. It's that he's saving the Marvel universe. That's the joke.
Yeah, he's the savior they need. So technically, he's Marvel Jesus.
Like,
that is the baseline of that joke, and it doesn't extend any further than cheap joke.
Yeah, if
you don't find it funny, that's one thing. But to get on your to leave a theater and go into a fucking tirade on TikTok, that's where like, all right, get your pearls, unclutch them, go the fuck home if you didn't enjoy the movie. I'm sorry that you are hurt.
I love one of them was like, we left after 3 minutes. I go, that bit doesn't even happen in the first 3 minutes. I go, it's like
You're
like
20 minutes
like 20
in.
minutes in. So like, I don't believe you. Fucking liar. Oh,
Ooh,
jeez.
I'm about to name him. I'll make a name for myself.
I'm about to make a
Like,
name for myself.
whoa.
It's been
Please.
everywhere on my.
Nah, I'm gonna take that audio clip.
What did I say
If you don't-
wrong?
If you don't hear it, you don't hear it.
I heard it and I
Yeah.
didn't say a word.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to watch it back.
You pulled a alpha.
No,
That's-
it wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't that bad, but there's a slight. Don't worry about it.
I
You'll
just
play it
tried to
back and
sound
you'll hear
Cajun.
exactly-
It's
Cajun? Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. No, you're fine.
Oh my lord.
You'll hear it back and you'll hear exactly where.
There'll be a new host next week. I'm getting canceled apparently. I don't know.
So
You know, I don't even know where to go from that. We're just gonna awkwardly transition into the game because fuck you guys.
all right.
Cool. I like it.
So same game as last week. I'm gonna. It would help if I get a stopwatch up because I've done this before.
Wrestler.
We'll do.
Oh.
It'll be game character. I'm gonna give you because Olaf doesn't know shit about comics, so I'm gonna give you a comic character, and then both of you will get a wrestling character.
Okay, so he gets game, I get comic, we both get wrestler. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I feel like that was even. That way, you're not
Yeah.
totally left out of all of it.
So which one we'll do wrestler first?
No, I'm gonna do so. Wrestler will be last because it'll be both of you
Okay.
for wrestler, and then I'll transition into. So gaming character first. So Olaf,
Okay.
get your
Olaf, you go
turn
first
your
then,
hearing
bro.
aid up.
What?
So 60 seconds on the clock. Yes or no questions as best as you can. I'll make exceptions depending on what it is.
Does he look like a bitch?
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
All right. 60 seconds starting now.
Male or female?
Male.
Shooter.
Yes.
Okay. First person.
No.
Third person.
Yes.
Okay. Has the game come out in the last 5 years?
No.
Oh. Did the game come out in the early to mid 2000s?
No. Yes, sorry. My brain. Yes.
2010. Okay.
Sorry. I don't know why my brain had a fog on that. Yes.
You said male. I'm sorry. Hold on. Male.
Yes.
Shooter. Third person. Are there more than one game? This character.
Yes. Well, hold on.
Is it-
With this character, no, but there are more than one game.
There goes mine.
Yeah, that my pick is a little fucked up at the moment. Ah, shit.
That's 60 seconds. Final guess.
Fuck. I was gonna say Nathan Drake, but shit. Hold on.
I'll wait till the game's over to say what my dumbass pick was.
Yeah. I got nothing. Go.
Nico Bellic from Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say Max Payne.
So
Don't know why his name popped
So
up.
here's where my dumbass had a brain fart because you said early to mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto came out in 2008. So
yeah, so that's more like late 2000s. So you could have said no.
So in my
It's-
mind, I'm
when
thinking,
did
okay,
GTA 4
that's the late 2010s.
Yeah, that was 2008.
Yeah, GTA 4 is 2008.
Jeez.
Technically, he's also in the DLC that comes out in 2009, but yeah, I don't know why my brain just was like couldn't compute that date for some reason.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you were getting close. I was like, oh, he might actually be onto this one.
And I was thinking GTA, and then the early to mid 2000s threw me off, and then yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay, well, good try. We'll see if I can.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can stump both of you. All right, Porto. Your 60 seconds for your comic character start now.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Shit. Male or female?
Both.
Do you mean the mantle of the character,
Nope.
or just the character
The character.
himself?
The character themselves.
Fuck. Been on the X-Men.
Yes.
Has led the X-Men.
No.
Is their skin tone an odd color?
Yes.
That doesn't help. Fuck. Has been on the Avengers.
No.
Okay. Is their skin white?
Yes.
Morph?
Yes.
All right.
Nice. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
With 1 second to spare.
Let's go. Fuck that.
I don't know if you watched me kind of come to and like, oh shit, I think I know this one.
Well, that's why I figured once I was like, because you asked the male or female, I go, well, technically he's non-binary.
That's what
Okay.
fucked me up, because I'm like, I'm running through X-Men characters. I'm like,
Male
wait,
or female?
I know,
Yeah.
because you narrowed it down to the team within the first 2 guesses. Like, oh shit, he gotta figure it out.
When I said the skin tone thing, I'm like, huh.
I'm
So-
gonna say this. I'm 100% sure I'm gonna stump you guys on the wrestler.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure.
The thing is, like, I was down to either Morph or Mystique.
That's
Yes.
fair. Yeah.
Odd colored skin, and it's
Yeah.
like, Mystique can technically be, but she's
Yeah.
known as a
Yeah, I would say she's on brand
known
as a
as
female.
woman. Yeah. Morph is kind of a
Where I think he's canonically non-binary.
binary. Yeah. So I'm like, cool. That's the best
Hey,
guess at
good
this
on
point.
you. I was
Look at
wondering.
that. I would have got the comic book one. and
Proud of you.
Somehow didn't get the game one. Look at me go.
All
I'm
right.
getting this wrestling one.
So team up here.
It's Taka Michinoku. No.
So 60 seconds starting now.
Are they
Is
in
it Taka
WWE?
Michinoku?
No.
Shut up. Are they in WWE?
No.
Have they
New
ever been
Japan?
in WWE?
Yes.
So which one? We
They,
both asked the
they've been in WWE.
Okay.
Are they in New
All right,
Japan?
go ahead.
No.
Are they active?
No.
Did they wrestle in the 90s?
No.
Did they wrestle in the 80s?
No.
2000s?
Yes.
Have
they
they
have a
wrestled in? Go ahead.
Do they have a YouTube channel?
I don't believe so. It doesn't say
Okay.
here. Not to
Were
my
they
knowledge.
on Tough Enough?
It's
No.
not Maven.
Yeah.
Were they a champion?
No.
Did they have a disability?
Yes.
Fucking. Did they only have one leg?
No.
Oh, okay.
Were they mentally handicapped?
Yes.
It's Eugene.
Yeah.
Your mic died.
Yeah.
Did it? Can you hear me?
Okay.
No, there you are.
Yes.
When you were saying yes,
It is Eugene with
the
2 seconds to spare.
Yeah. Told you we were getting that.
The
Bastard.
fucking disability one caught me off guard.
Well, I mean,
I thought you told
he
the guy
technically
one
doesn't
leg
have a disability, but he
Yeah.
plays a character that is
who has a
disabled.
disability. Yeah.
Nick Dinsmore is more dense than Eugene. Oh, I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
fuck it.
OVW special, man.
Also, I think he was a tag champion.
I know he
He
teamed
was.
with Regal and
Yeah.
Duggan, but I don't think they ever
I don't think he ever won the.
I thought he won it with Regal.
Let me
I
see.
could be wrong.
Let's see. I can give you that answer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. My bad.
He was
So
that champion.
oh, God. They beat La Resistance. New Year's Revolution. Okay. Well, my bad. I gave you a wrong answer. You still
Okay.
got it. So.
We still got it. Good.
And he is, fun fact, he got his start in the hometown OVW. He's born in Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is right across the river.
Nice.
I have met him before. He's a very nice guy. Well, good job. You made it up. You know, you fumbled the game one, but you made it up
I
for
did,
the
yeah.
wrestling.
I'm upset with myself about that.
You should be. You should be upset.
Who was last week's?
What do you mean?
Last week's wrestler was
No, it was Angle. Who was the game character last week?
Sora.
Sora.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you
I
were
got that one.
playing Kingdom Hearts and yeah.
Fuck you guys, okay? You don't know me like that.
The
Yeah.
last comic character was Blue Marvel.
Blue Marvel, you fucking pulled out of your
Motherfucker.
ass.
Yo, give me a fucking DC character at least.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'll keep it. I couldn't think of a DC that I could think offhand that would be hard to figure out.
Yeah.
That I knew well enough to give you like, oh yeah, that's what you know. I
I'm
try
pretty
to.
sure I can give you a hard DC character.
Oh, I guarantee you both could stump me with either or of any of these categories because I'm a
Next week
fucking
we're
idiot.
going through the gauntlet.
That's fine, run it. I'll fucking one man all three of them. Just fucking one of you pick one and the other do two, and I'll run through it. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
All right, I got one now. Fuck it, let's do it.
Fuck it.
I got a
Fuck.
wrestler for you right now.
Fuck it. Let's do it live.
And I got a comic book character.
Let's do it live.
And we'll come up
Alright.
with a game character. Bear with me.
Hold up. Let me set a timer real quick.
Yep, go for
Wasn't expecting this. This is bullshit. Oh my
it.
God.
Yeah,
I didn't know I was
Putting
gonna
you
be
on
the
the
guinea
spot.
pig.
Yeah.
Fucking, God damn
Let's
it.
go.
All right.
Who am I doing first?
Uh,
who are we? Where are we?
I'll do comic real
Okay.
quick. Starting now.
Male or female?
Male.
DC or Marvel?
DC.
Villain or good guy?
Villain.
Did you say it was male?
Yes.
Part of a rogue gallery.
Yes.
Batman's rogue gallery.
Yes.
Harley Quinn.
No. Male.
Oh yeah, you said male. Fuck. Bane.
No.
Well established bad guy.
Not really.
Okay. Super powered bad guy.
No.
Ooh, okay. Former protege bad guy.
No.
Doesn't have powers.
10 seconds.
Do they use a weapon of like a well-known weapon that's part of their character?
No.
Oh, God damn.
Got 60 seconds. Final guess.
Male, part of Batman's rogue gallery that doesn't have Cobblepot?
No.
Not
well established. Calendar Man.
Oh my, go fuck yourself. He's not part of I would not consider
Yes, he
that part of Batman's rogue gallery.
Yes, he is.
I
Calendar Man? Yes.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
What do you mean? The Long Halloween? The fucking Calendar Man.
Yeah.
You
God
can't
damn
tell
it.
me
The first
how-
fucking search, it says yes, he's part of the rogue gallery. But
Yeah.
I never would have put him in that. That's
When you
Yeah.
said well established, I was gonna give you like he's been in a known game.
Yeah.
Because the Arkham games.
yeah, he's referenced in the art. No, that's fair. Yeah.
He's in the Arkham games.
Yeah.
He's a huge Easter egg.
God damn it.
I got it. I think my puppy is sick.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Sick dog.
She went back upstairs with a bag and paper towels. I'm
Uh-oh.
assuming there's some throwing.
Or maybe it was her.
No, it was
It's like, quit talking about me.
this one right here.
She's hiding.
Oh.
She was being weird about her dinner and stuff too, so it makes sense. All right. Can you set the timer for me?
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can't
I have a
multitask.
wrestler. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Tell him when to start.
You ready?
If it's some New Japan rando, I'm gonna
It's
tell you I'm
not.
not gonna get it.
It's not. It's not. You ready?
Yep.
60 seconds starts now.
Male or female?
Male.
WWE?
Yes.
Only WWE?
No.
TNA?
Nope.
AEW?
Nope.
Well-known production?
Yes.
Fuck. Part of a stable,
No.
champion ever,
Yes.
high end champion,
Mid card.
mid card, United States champion,
Nope.
intercontinental.
Yes.
In New Japan,
No.
what's their Ring of Honor?
Nope.
God damn. Active 2000s,
Yes.
currently active
No.
2010s.
Yes.
All right, final guess. I got nothing. I can't help you. with this one, man.
I
The
should.
questions that you asked did not set you up well.
You really did.
Like, no offense.
What was
like,
I gonna
not
fucking? I'm
saying,
trying
like,
to.
"Ah, you
I'm trying
fucked
to
up."
go through.
You went
You-
through every fucking promotion.
Yeah, because he
in the
threw me
world.
off with the fucking promote. Because he says well-known promotion, and I go through every fucking well-known promotion, and nope. Fucking asshole.
I want to know what the fucking promotion he was.
No, it's gonna. I'm sure it's gonna be one that I absolutely know very well. And
WCW,
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't think
shit.
about that. Yeah.
AWA.
Okay, well that narrows one of my intercontinental. Oh God. Did I ask if he was currently active? Did you answer that?
You did, and he's not.
He's not. Fuck. I don't know. You got me.
You have a guess?
Oh, I have no.
Oh, it was Marty Jannetty.
Oh, I
Oh.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't never got that.
Yeah, I would have never got
Yeah.
that either.
Because I was going through WCW champions where I'm like, no, world heavyweight champion at one point, world heavyweight champion at one point.
Wait, wouldn't he be technically? Well, that's not a stable. That's a tag team.
Yeah, that's why I it took me a second. I was like, no, not a stable.
Because at first I was thinking we were doing a Chris Jericho. Because it was stable, intercontinental, you know. I was like, well, but no. And then I was like, oh shit, he's an AEW and he has held a higher title than intercontinental.
He was their world. He was their first world.
Yeah.
champion.
Fuck. Yeah, I didn't ever.
Yeah.
Let's go. Got him stomped on.
All right. I'm just putting it out that I'm making these increasingly harder next time. That I'm gonna find the most obscure fucking.
Calendar Man is not that obscure.
It is. It absolutely is.
Also, I pulled Blue Marvel out of my fucking ass.
Yeah, fucking
Okay.
bullshit. All right, what game is that? Have we figured out a game one? God.
I mean,
Get
no,
it.
I'm not doing this because we're.
Oh, fucking hoe for 2 so far. God damn it. Calendar Man. Go fuck yourself. Marty Jannetty too. Go fuck yourself for that one too.
I gave you all.
I mean,
I
you
gave
said you were gonna ace, man. I
don't think I said
"Alright."
that. I don't think I said I would. I said next week I might ace it.
All right. I got you next week then.
Oh, fucking dickheads.
We'll play. I'm digging the guess the wrestler and guess the whatever thing. I'm fine with that. So I got some stuff for next week. I'll cook it up.
Oh,
All right,
Lord.
let's see.
At first, I was gonna go with Red Hood. I'm like, that's too.
Well, see, because the way it was going, okay, no superpowers. You know, it was like
Batman's Road Gallery.
that's why I was like, okay, is it a former protege bad guy? And I was like, fuck, I thought it was gonna be Red Hood.
Thinking about it, I had another one, but still would have.
I don't know why I said Cobblepot because you clearly said that it wasn't a fucking well-known one.
Speaking of Cobblepot, have you seen the Amazon show yet?
Oh, is it finally? I didn't know it had come
Yeah,
out
it came
yet.
out on the first.
Oh no, I have to.
So does HBO.
No, Amazon.
You're talking about the Penguin.
No, not the Penguin show.
Oh.
There's a new animated Batman series called The Cape Crusader, which came out on Amazon.
No, I haven't
My
seen that.
fault.
yet.
I thought you were talking about the.
I was
Colin
thinking.
Farrell.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was like, no, I'm pretty
that
sure
one
it's
comes out later.
HBO.
The only reason why I thought of Cobblepot is because there was a whole dispute because they made
Like
the
a
Penguin
female.
woman.
Yeah.
Yes, a very tall woman. They made Harley Quinn.
Was it the black
they
and
cut-
white?
No, actually, they flipped. The way they describe the character is they flipped it. Instead of they're more goofy and show more personality as a therapist, but more cold and calculated as Harley Quinn.
Interesting.
I've heard nothing but good things from.
I have to
So
check it out.
I need to watch it.
All right, I got a game character for you.
God.
Here. All right.
If it's well, hold on. Let me go ahead and say this. If it's
He's about to say it.
anything from Final Fantasy, just go ahead and tell me who it is because I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, okay. It was gonna be an easy Final Fantasy character, but
Cloud. Okay, that's the
No.
only one I that or Sephiroth. That's the two.
Yep, that would have been. Because then if you would have been like appears in multiple games, I could have been like, yeah, technically he appears in Kingdom Hearts and Super
It's
Smash
Super
as well. So
Smash.
like,
Yeah, I knew. I had a feeling with you it was gonna be some fucking
No, I
Final
was
Fantasy
like,
bullshit.
only because he appears in a game that you're playing
Yeah,
and Smash that I was like, yeah, this could fit.
I'll
We
take.
can make it work.
I'll just go 0 for 3. That's fine because I still.
Yeah, nah.
You'd have given me 60 seconds and I'd have danced around it and I wouldn't have got it. Okay,
I mean, I got a game character.
go ahead.
All right,
fuck
cool.
it at this point.
All right.
This
Tell
is.
me when to start.
Go ahead.
All right. Go.
Male or female?
Male.
Shooter game,
No.
fighting game,
No.
role play, or MMO. Sorry, let me rephrase that.
No.
MMO.
RPG.
RPG. Racing
No, not
game.
really. No. It's an action game. Some role playing element. Some RPG element.
Baldur's Gate.
No.
Oh, that was too far in that direction. Borderlands.
No.
Popular game. AAA title.
Yes. Yes.
Early 2000s.
No.
Current.
Yes.
New gen consoles.
Yes.
Fuck.
That kind of makes sense with current.
Well, current
You're fucked up.
because you know.
Is it a Destiny character?
Yeah, it's a Destiny
No.
character.
Not a Destiny character.
Um,
I kind of fucked up. We're gonna.
no, it's
Because y'all fucked up on the. It's the game type. Because it's an action game. We've been over a minute.
Oh, that's fine.
The character is not from the 2000s, but the game.
Is
Is
this also a Final Fantasy character?
no. The character was Atreus from God of War.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
technically,
I see what you meant about the RPG
Yeah.
aspects of it. Okay.
Fucking Atreus.
I was gonna go creative. Like, nah, that's too easy.
Yeah.
Didn't think he would just not guess.
Well, I'm playing through. I'm trying to quickly play through every genre in my head, and I'm like, okay, like, my dumbass equivalates FPS to action. That's my
Yeah,
fault.
that's-
Oh God.
I guess you could almost consider that
No.
very baby like Souls like kind of
Yeah.
with the way the combat is
Yeah.
now for the newer ones.
Yeah.
No, I would say my next question should have been console exclusive, and I probably
Yeah,
would have got it
that
from
would-
there.
Well, technically, it's not a console exclusive anymore.
Well, enough that
Enough. Yeah, that would say yes.
yeah, that would have been probably the best. God, that is fucking difficult. I just thought you guys sucked at it. Yeah. All right, so let's get down to the brass tacks here. We had
Let's get down to SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. 2 of the 3 of us enjoyed it. One of us
I thought it was
apparently
okay.
wasn't that.
I thought it was okay, but I wasn't impressed with the wrestling to a degree.
Like in every
And
match, or was there a match
No,
particular?
it depends on match.
Okay.
Because of Logan Paul being Logan Paul, was zero interest in him and LA Knight's match. I actually just cooled off on LA Knight. It just
You know what?
he's
Fuck you.
cool.
That's fine.
Look, you hate Eddie Kingston. I tolerate LA Knight.
At least one of them could
Yeah,
wrestle.
I saw the shirt.
Yeah.
The CM Punk match was okay.
Oh,
was
see,
just-
I thought it was really well done. Like, I thought it was a very even amount of like Seth Rollins being there, but not being the whole point of the match, and you know.
Like I wouldn't say it was a bad match. I think Punk performed very well
Yeah.
for his
There
age
wasn't
and his-
enough violence. That's the criticism I've seen.
honestly, he's not wrong.
Yeah, considering this was
So,
supposed to
like,
be a beat
it was
each
a
other to
tame
death
match.
match.
get it. I think there's obviously the way it ended, there's more to be done. So I think the violence will increase.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, now if it doesn't, then I feel like that argument is valid.
Yeah.
I think at that point, but I do think maybe they set up something like Bad Blood.
Is
I
that the
think
next
if he
pay per
didn't,
view?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
either Survivor Series or Bad Blood. Actually,
Bad
Bad Blood, because in October,
Bad Blood is October. Do they have something in September?
September, they should have one in every month.
So I think
Give me a
Bad Blood is October. What's hold on, let me see.
Survivor Series, right?
Is
No, Survivor Series is always November.
November.
Then I have no idea.
Because
Hold on,
what Royal Rumble's
yeah.
usually January, February.
January.
Because it should be big pay per view, not as big pay per view, big pay per view.
Oh, they have the Bash in Berlin.
Gotcha.
And then NXT is No Mercy.
No
and
Mercy,
then,
yeah.
And then Bad
Yeah.
Blood is October.
Because what Great
So
American
Bash and Berlin.
Bash is like coming up.
NXT. No,
Or did it already
won
happen?
and passed.
Oh, see,
Yeah, they do. That was the last 2 weeks of NXT.
that's right.
Was Great American Bash.
That's right.
Like, I guess if Punk didn't like advertisement is like, oh, this is gonna be the most gruesome thing you ever like. He built up he talked up the violence that will be in this match. That's what kind of killed it for me.
Yeah.
So like
They
I
both
think-
did, and that's
yeah,
so
I've
I
seen it in
understand
AEW.
that.
Like you can't do a dog collar match with MJF where you were just bloody and beaten, and then say this is like the most gruesome violence you're gonna do. Like you can't.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
So it was a cool match. The right person won.
I was gonna ask how we felt about
I
Drew
was-
winning over Punk.
Drew
I
should have
was
won.
fine
If Punk
with
would've won,
either
I
of
would have
them
been more
winning.
pissed about this match.
See,
No.
I'd have been fine with either of them winning, but I do think Drew is the best choice for this
Drew
match.
needed this win way more than Punk did.
Yeah.
Yes. And it comes down to mostly about how Drew's been booked. Because had he been booked like a killer, you could say, okay, Punk kind of scraped away
Yeah.
with the win, and that would have been fine. But because Drew's been on such a crazy losing streak,
For him to
mostly
lose,
because
that
of
would've-
Punk to an extent, like
Yeah. Then we're doing the Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins thing. Like why is this for you going? If he
well,
keeps
also this match was very much
a setup.
well, it was also formulated kind of like SummerSlam 97. HBK as the special guest referee, Brett versus Taker. They have a little thing. Brett pretty much goads Sean into hitting Taker with the chair, and he has to reluctantly count to 3. You saw Seth reluctantly count to 3.
Yeah.
After taking the GTS, like, so it had elements of that, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
You're building the Seth and Punk angle. You're like, this is a setup match. Which again, don't build up the violence in this match if this is not going to be the end of the feud.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely could have waited for all the I'm not going to stop until your breath stops kind of stuff, whatever he says, something along the lines of that. They could have waited
Yeah.
until
Do
maybe
that
the
for Bad
next.
Blood.
Yeah. So,
And
like, I totally get that part of it because, like, we could have gotten there. Like, it could have just been I fucking hate you. You hate me. We're going to
You
fight.
almost ended my career. I'm gonna end you. Like again, you did a dog collar match against MJF where you were like pretty much hung him from a chain, and you can't. I don't think
Not the same
WWE
level.
a lot. Yeah, it'll never be the same level of like intensity as that as an AEW like bloody match.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to compare, but this is what your current run has been like.
Yeah, the other thing too is we have to keep in mind the guy hasn't wrestled a full one-on-one match in year.
Yeah,
I assume that was the
yeah.
reason for the special guest is to take time off of, you know.
No,
Yeah,
I think the special referee is only to build up the fact that Seth is going to be involved in this feud to get him away from the title picture.
I think moving forward, if it's a triple threat feud, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more than fine. They all have a gripe with each other. And they all, I mean, listen, you can do the Seth and Punk feud after the Seth and Drew.
I think
I
I
mean,
think
Punk and Drew feud, that's fine too, but
because I think the match at Bash at Berlin should be Drew going against Gunther for the title.
Yeah.
After beating CM Punk, it should give him warrant to do that, and then have Seth and Punk.
but you're gonna have Drew lose that quickly after.
Yeah,
I mean,
sadly.
you can still put Punk in that situation of making him lose again just to set up the triple threat.
Because who do you have? Who would you face? Who would face Gunther at Bash at Berlin? In a,
Sheamus, because they've
for-
kind of built that up a little bit enough that they could for a Bash of Berlin match quickly
yeah,
and have him have. If you didn't want to have him lose clean, have Pete Dunne be part of the reason he loses,
I would say Dragunov, honestly.
or
Perfect,
Dragunov.
bro.
I think it's early to do that.
No, that needs to. Yeah, that needs to. Because that match will be really fun.
I think
So
that needs to be a Mania match if they're gonna do that. Let them
No,
just go full.
it doesn't need. Those two don't need a Mania match because most people don't know the history between those two in NXT.
Yeah.
No.
Well, NXT UK, that's even more obscure.
Yeah.
So, because I want to say Drew because of the. I want to say it's Drew because you need a big name to go. And
Yeah.
then you can say CM Punk screws him out of that match,
Yeah.
or something like.
And then sets up
again,
the triple
CM
threat feud going forward.
for Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Because that's when you turn.
Be right back.
That's when you
Yeah,
turn
go ahead,
Drew
man.
into a killer.
No, I don't disagree with that. I think you could do that. I think Sheamus would be another safe choice. Have Pete Dunne be involved with that if you want to set that up. Because really, there's not a. I mean, you could do a.
Jey Uso.
Well, no, see, I think right now they need to figure out what they want to do with him. If we're gonna go and do a bloodline versus bloodline, we need to go ahead and start setting that up. I think you could also do a Damian Priest rematch.
You could
And-
as a true face.
Yeah. Obviously he'd still lose.
Yeah.
Because I imagine I don't imagine Gunther drops this title until WrestleMania if he drops it at all. I think maybe not as long as the Intercontinental reign, but he's gonna hold on to it for a bit.
Yeah.
And I think he'll consistently hold on to this title for, as long as they keep him here. May not be long consistent reigns, but at least multiple. Is Ludwig hurt? Is he?
I don't know.
Because like they just kind of after the whole Braun thing, they didn't do anything. He just disappeared.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's I guess depending on how we want to take this, because we go.
We will find out Monday how this is gonna set up.
Yeah. I am curious the Judgment Day stuff because obviously, like we discussed, Gunther did pull away with the World Heavyweight Championship from a interference from Finn Balor, which was really weird that they showed the replay on the jumbotron for him to see. Like that just seemed like an out of
as big as day.
So trying to we'll see where Judgment Day is this. I know Port and I have disagreed. I guess because I'm saying that Priest and Rhea will maintain Judgment Day, and Finn and them will take kind of their own group. I think Porto thinks it'll be the other way around, where they'll become Judgment Day.
I think Liv is going to be the new leader.
Yeah,
it'll be Liv and Finn. Like it's just Judgment Day, but instead of
Damian,
they just kicked out Damian.
Rhea.
Yep.
But I could see it either way. I mean, I do think you'll see Priest and Rhea still remain a team in some degree. Now, whether or not they add people to that team and make a new stable, or it's just them doing their thing.
There's less people getting kicked out of Judgment Day than staying in Judgment Day. That's why I think it's gonna
Damian Priest will partner with R-Truth and make a new Judgment Day.
Yeah, the one person that didn't betray them,
yeah,
R-Truth.
yeah, I know, the realest guy in that entire group. Well, technically,
still think they
Carlito,
build-
and that's the thing. We don't know how deep the story goes as far as was this just a Finn thing and he's breaking away with Dame or with Dominic, or because I mean they're
Well, JD, because him and JD are tag.
yeah,
So what I see is this, because this all seems more planned that them as a group turned on Rhea and Priest.
yeah,
Because when Dom betrays Liv is the reason why JD and Finn are tag.
yeah,
So that already leads that for him not to add Liv into this group. And then when the betrayal happens with Dom, Priest comes in, he's looking for him. They all say, "We'll look for Dom,"
yeah.
right? Instead of Priest looking for him.
That's true.
They come back and say he's gone. So they're covering for him. They're covering for both of them at that point. So it seems more like this is a group thing of kicking those two out.
And what Dominic brought Carlito into the mix, so I mean, I would imagine he would sign because Priest has never liked him to begin with, so that's liked in the sense that he didn't want him as a part of Judgment Day, but just kind of dealt with it.
And JD was Finn's protege, so it's like it makes more sense for them to stay as a group as Judgment Day.
That's true. I guess that makes sense. But no, I said I thought the Damian match was really good. I thought that was the best performance he's put on as champion. And although I understand why he lost because it's Gunther, I hate that he did lose that match because like I said, he did really well.
He made Gunther bleed.
Yeah.
From his chest.
Just
by smacking the shit out of him.
Rite of passage.
Yeah. I do think it's awesome that I feel like a lot of people, I don't know if you guys said this, sorry, I'm back.
You're fine.
Where you heard it was going to be Gunther versus Damian Priest, and everybody kind of let out an audible groan of like, oh, this match isn't going to do shit. And it was arguably one of the better matches on the night.
Yeah.
Gunther has a way of bringing out that intensity in people, which is fun too. So like Damian definitely kept up with the stiff strikes and everything like that. I thought it was a solid showing for them. I'm a fan of Priest, so
I've liked him more, and I think I'll like him more when they kind of turn him face again. I assume tomorrow or
I mean they basically they did it during that match.
Yeah.
They've been teasing it like on house shows and stuff. He's been doing the yeet with Jey Uso. I mean, they had that interaction with Jey a couple weeks ago where he was all smiles and having the time of his life because Dom was kind of sweating with Rhea coming back, and yeah.
Is it true? Tell me it's true. I sit there, lost my train of thought. Fucking must not have been that important. It was something to do with Damian.
Crap. Yeah, Olas, what do you fall on this? You're the
tiebreaker.
Oh, okay, what's up?
How do you think Judgment Day is going forward? Do you go with Onix, who says it'll be still Rhea and Damian with new members, or on my side where I say they're just adding Liv to the group and kicking
Damian and Rhea out?
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense. I don't know if they'll keep it as Judgment Day. I'm not really sure how they're going to play it. They might still, I don't see why they wouldn't stick together in terms of like Finn, JD, Carlito, Dom, and now Liv. That makes sense. I mean, if they continue it as Judgment Day, that's fine. But clearly, like Priest and Rhea don't belong in that group because it is technically a heel group, and they're both very much baby faces at this point. I don't see why they can't still be aligned, those two.
Yeah.
Because they were just burned by these guys.
Which is ironic.
So maybe do like the
two OG members.
A mixed tag type of thing, or whatever you end up doing with that down the road. Because obviously Priest is gonna go after them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Rhea's gonna go after her. So and Dom at this point. So
I did like during the priest match where he realizes it was Finn. And he breaks the chokehold and then like Terminators over to Finn and just like chokes him by the neck. It's just like you see the vein in Priest's foot. It's like Jesus.
It was
man.
such a good little story to that too, because he watched Finn get attacked and kind of like hulked up because it really motivated him. Like, that's my brother. Like, you just fucking harmed my brother, and like, now I'm coming for you. And then turns out your brother fucking dicked you over, and you're like,
Well, that's why I said it was
phenomenal
really
use of
odd.
that replay though.
Yeah, I was like, what an odd like random
like,
thing we decided to add for the instant replay for Damien.
I don't think they've ever done anything
Very
like that
good.
before.
Like
At least
mid-match.
during a match. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was arguably one of the better matches. I think we all knew how that match was ending. At least the winner, not so much how
There was some
Bait.
thought at some point where I was like, I don't know, I could see them kind of keeping Damien like just to swerve everybody, and they've been building him up, but obviously they've been building him up to make it that much more devastating for him to lose. Because he's been slowly turning. I mean, Rhea's basically been a baby face for the last fucking year or so. Year and a half, almost 2 years. And then obviously when she came back from injury, she was never gonna get booed.
Yeah, I was starting to like El Champion. It was growing on me. And I guess we'll transition to her match since we're already talking about her and Liv having a great match. With the we're still not 100% sure if the shoulder thing was
I don't know, man. That lump, that
Yeah.
little loop in her shoulder did not look. I'm feeling my shoulder right now, and I think if I had a little fucking yeah. I mean, she's got muscles in places I don't even have places. So like, it's possible, but I don't know, man. Like, that shit just don't. I'm trying to think, if my shit was out of place, I think I would have like a little bit of a bump on my fucking.
See, I guess that's an odd perspective.
Honestly,
I do have.
It depends.
All right, guys, let's show some skin. Let's go. We got
Shut
this.
up.
No, come on.
No, because I have an irregular
I'm
like
shy.
shoulder where my shoulder like my bone sticks out of my arm like naturally.
Yeah, but not as.
I don't think hers does. No, it's because the camera's kind of fuzzy. Like if you actually felt, you could feel exactly where the bone protrudes.
Just flex. You know you're on too. It's fine. Go ahead.
But I don't think hers is like that.
No.
So it looks like it legitimately popped out.
So I do have a bit of a weird perspective on this, just because I've had that happen to me before, where my shoulder's been popped out of socket, and it's never been, the lump's never been here. It is always in the back where it's pushing towards the shoulder blade.
Yeah,
because that's like what she does is something I've done with the wall, where you shoulder check a wall and it's supposed to reset it enough for you then to pop it back into socket. But yeah, it's just that I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna do a funny like her shit's dislocated, and I go, oh shit, no, that looks like it might be dislocated.
The way she was reacting to like get her away from me, she was kicking her away and everything, and like screaming, and I was looking at it, I'm like, either they're doing this really well, and then my wife was with me watching it, and she's like, it looks like it's out of place, like looking at it, and I was like, yeah, that I've been fighting that, like, is it legit, is it not, the whole time.
Are we doing like a Zelina Vega moment where I forgot who it was, but she's double jointed, so it makes it Zelina Vega or Alexa Bliss, because they're both kind of like the same way. So it's like,
yeah, the double jointed where you can authentically
Alexa
make
did that like weird bent elbow thing to make it look like her arm was all fucked up, and then
but it doesn't seem like that was the case.
Yeah, I do like the finish to the match was identical to how she won the championship.
King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
With Dom
accidentally.
Seemingly,
I guess now, yeah, it doesn't seem so accidentally.
Oh, it wasn't. But seemingly trying to prevent Rhea from DQing herself by taking the steel chair. And then sliding the chair back into the ring and distracting her ref so Liv could hit the Oblivion on the chair.
I just want to point out, there's no way that ref didn't see the chair. There's no way it's like, oh, look over here.
Yeah, no, there's no way you don't hear the chair getting slid into the ring.
Yeah.
Dom going, hey.
And that was a nasty Oblivion too, man, because they're like, I was, whew, looked like it could have clipped the top there when she went to that chair, but yeah, and like I said, they leave the ring and he picks her up. And they give them one of the more awkward kisses I've seen on WWE.
I've seen.
Oh, they went
the
into it too,
angle-
man. They had
Wait,
full tongue in that shit and everything.
It doesn't. Okay. For full transparency, it looks like Dom doesn't go full into this kiss. It's more like Liv is doing.
Live, yeah.
Yeah, because she's doing tongue and like this
Yeah.
man does know he's married, right? That's like a weird. I wonder, like, what's the conversation like with your wife?
You
in this
gotta
scenario?
have the on the road wife, you know. There's that home
Well,
wife.
I mean,
and
you could
there's
have
on the
that
road
same
wife.
conversation about like actors and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you know,
Yeah.
like
As long as it's not only happening when the cameras are on.
yeah.
Oh,
So
then
long
we
as
get
it
into
doesn't
Red
become
Hot
yeah,
A
as
whole
long as it
movie.
doesn't become like a whole different thing where
live sex celebration on Raw tomorrow
Yeah.
night.
Was Edge and
Jesus
Lita. Fucking-
no, they're gonna
Yeah.
wait for Netflix for that shit. So.
Yeah,
Oh god. Again, the shit they used to do. Let's see. I did say I said this to Porter before you got in the call. I was surprised at how short the Braun Breaker match was. Like it felt like it was like 5 to 8 minutes and then it was done. Like the finish seemed like he hit the spear and I'm like, oh okay, he's gonna kick out or something and hulk up a little bit and it's like, oh no, he's just done.
he's dead.
Yeah.
I do like that the Steiners were there. I don't know if you all saw that
Yep.
they were there when he won, which is cool.
The Steiners, Kevin Nash, DDP.
Oh, so I didn't know Nash was there. I didn't see that. I saw the Steiners.
Yeah,
Sting was there, I think, too. I don't know if he was at the event, but he was with Nash at some point that weekend. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming he was probably there.
Yeah.
Zilla Fatu was also there.
Yes.
No showing event, so
Yeah.
it was a booking he had in Milwaukee, I believe.
Gotcha.
So it's like, hey, remember when everyone was mad at Stephanie Vacure for no showing events?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the heat for this one? Because same thing. This was more like he was advertised for the show heavily, and it's like he just no showed to be in attendance. He wasn't like behind.
He wasn't even a part of the show. He was in
Yeah,
attendance.
he wasn't
like-
backstage or nothing. He was just in the crowd. He was in regular seating.
Yep.
So it's like, motherfucker just turn around.
Yikes.
Zilla was just chilling there. Like,
Uh-huh.
so it's like, yeah, no showing events, not honoring your dates, still a dick move, no matter who you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you were in the angle or fucking not. It's still a bad look.
Hawk to a girl was there.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
She's on like minute 14, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
So.
we're getting
Love
towards
it.
the end of it. I've seen less and less.
She still seems like a sweet girl and
Yeah.
everything. I'm sure something will come out down the road that'll make her out to be this horrible human being or whatever the fuck. But so far, she seems perfectly fine.
Well, I like that because she
Yeah.
makes a comment in that interview of like she's got like a few side guys, like a few like not main guys but side guys. Like, man, what a way to find that out! Fucking in this interview, like, oh,
Not to be one of those guys, and you're like,
she doesn't give me the hawk to it. You're not the main guy then.
yeah,
That's main
you're
guy
clearly
behavior.
not
Only give you
Pookie.
the
Yeah,
hawk.
that's only for Pookie.
But no, Braun winning was the obvious choice. I would have been very aggravated if Sammy had to pull this away again.
Well, I like the story that they told that he clearly underestimated him last time. He went easy on him, allowed him to slap him in the face, and just took it for granted because he's so used to running everybody over. And then this time he was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm not doing that again."
Yeah.
So
And it wasn't
it
a bad
shows that he's
match.
more than just a brute. Like he's obviously intelligent. Like he
more than a
thinks.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's not just in there overwhelming power. I mean, he is overwhelming power, but he's also intelligent because he learned from his mistake of like, all right, yep, not doing that.
Got to use the strategery.
Like he got right out of the way of that fucking haluva kick type of, like he knew it was coming, so I like the way that was done. This pay-per-view was very much like storytelling in the matches very much story driven. It's not going to have a lot of the, you know, exciting balls to the wall, crazy high energy matching, type of shit. Um, I think obviously there's a place for that.
Yeah.
There's a time for that. Um, some of the matches could have had that, but I do like that. Your main matches, your big matches, all were making sure that they were telling stories and setting up for future shit, and you know,
Yeah, at least my only complaint is I just wish the match had gone a little longer. It just
Yeah.
seemed like it was a
You know
very
what?
quick match, but that does kind of track with him, and that, like you said, the overwhelming force where to show that consistency of the storytelling of, yeah, like this went so long because I was going easy on him and I wasn't giving 100%, where now like you're getting all of it and I'm just gonna overwhelm you. And that is what it kind of looks like happens. But good for him. Like I'm happy to see him as I hope he has a good reign with it. I hope.
he seemed genuinely excited to hold that title.
Yeah.
I thought like that was good. He really seems to. Yeah, I know this sounds corny, but like he really seems to respect the business in that sense. Like he really respects that title.
Yeah.
Um, they've been doing a really good job at making that title seem. I mean, obviously Gunther did a phenomenal job making that title seem more important than it had been for a long time.
Nah, Miz made that title great.
I agree that Miz had some really great title runs with it and did a good job, but like in between Miz's run and Gunther's run, there was a lot of like
Yeah.
meandering with the title where it wasn't really the title it should have been with the prestige that it has.
Who was it Gunther won that from? Was it Ricochet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's I couldn't remember who it was.
But this is the perfect time to bring this up.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel? Okay, so there's a Twitter account
Okay.
called WWPLE Wait Time that kind of calls their kerfuffle.
The time frames in between
Yeah.
matches. Yeah.
Like the live times or just
Yes.
okay.
Between like the match ending and the next match starting,
Is
they
there
will
really that
calculate
much?
how much time.
So
So
it
SummerSlam
it goes
had
back to the pace that things that we have talked about before, where the pacing of this is not my
with
favorite.
with all the ads and all this. So the
Uh,
total wait time of SummerSlam for a 4 hour show?
Yeah.
Because it started it started at 7, ended around 11.
Give or take,
Give or
yeah.
take.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
like
10 something,
like 10:50.
maybe.
Total
Yeah.
wait time in between all the matches was 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 29 seconds.
Yep.
Jeez.
So that leaves like about an hour of wrestling.
Here's the one thing before we touch on that further. I've been seeing a lot of anti WWE accounts talking about, oh, there was only X amount of minutes of wrestling on an 8-hour show. If we're
Well,
gonna count the pre-show,
we're not.
right? Like
There's not.
that's just a disingenuous way to
Yeah,
make a point.
inflate
Like
that number.
you can already make the point with the 15 minutes or so in between each match, because I think that's the average time. It was like 15 and change, like
Yeah,
15 and a half minutes or whatever in
they
between
didn't
each
count
match.
the pre-show at
Yeah.
all.
No, I
Doesn't
know.
matter.
Because I already saw that tweet. Um, so, and I think the last one was the most egregious because it was almost like a half hour. It was like 29 minutes and change,
Yeah.
right? Something like that.
Man.
Which is, I mean, unless you're, I know they had the thing in the ring with Jelly Roll and Miz and Truth and all that.
Didn't really
So
need it.
obviously that kind of,
Inflated that. Kind of
yeah,
doubled it.
which is
So
why it was,
it was 29 minutes and 6 seconds.
yeah. The other ones were like 15 and a quarter, 15 and a half, 15 and
13,
20.
13,
Yeah.
13, 17, 15, 19, 16, 29.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like an average for the first bunch, it was like an average of
15
15.
minute, yeah, a
And
15
then,
minute.
and then obviously the last one was just longer. We've had this conversation before. I think the pacing is not my favorite. I don't have a problem with them to an extent having video packages for every match. But you don't need a ton. Like
I don't. Okay, so this thing. The reason why I don't like it is because you done showed these video package 4 or 5. If someone actually did sit and watch the pre-show,
Yeah.
more than likely they've
Oh
seen
yeah,
these video
yeah.
packages
Say they
Well,
show
yeah.
it.
twice.
Now, I
That's
didn't watch
even
any
if-
of the pre-shows, so like for me, it was
even
fine.
yeah, but even if you watch like if you're getting ready like I did, the first 30 minutes of just like having the broadcast on before the show starts,
Yeah,
they showed those same video.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like do something different. Show at least show different video packages
right.
for those matches. But how you really can't,
No,
because what different angle can you do for a video package
Yeah.
other than what they set up? So it's like
again, but that's only a couple of minutes. Those
Also,
video
kinda-
packages aren't 10 minutes long, so
Yeah.
like,
not to wait for not to watch ads on this broadcast. I'm like, what am I doing?
What do they
well,
show?
and that's the thing too. And so I feel like that ties into, is Peacock to blame for this? Is it just the way streaming services are set up now, where everything has a premium version with no ads, and now they have ads on fucking pay-per-views slash PLEs slash whatever the fuck you're
If you're
calling
not
it?
watching ads, you're just watching the fucking uh
You're watching the video package. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because
So it's like,
when we watch it together, Olis and I get the video package while
I
Porto
just get
gets some
ads.
random
Yeah.
ad.
No, one of them like distracting because like they do all these video packages and ads, but then when it was right before it was right before the main event, and by
Yeah.
the time it ended, interest music was already playing.
oh,
Yeah, I could hear his like. Wait, is he doing his interest now? Like,
that's stupid.
Not great
yeah.
timing.
So it's like, it was not.
I get that they are a huge company on a huge platform. You know, they're doing the ads, they got the Wingstop stuff, they got the Straight Talk wireless stuff, the Prime, blah 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 blah. Okay, vodka, not whiskey.
Whitley,
Yeah, Whitley vodka. That's I wanted to say whiskey, but then remembered it was Whitley was the name of the company.
Whitley vodka is so great. I can drink it neatly or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Because he kept saying
Wheatley. Yeah,
Wheatley, yeah.
you can drink it neatly.
Wheatley, I
Something,
can
something,
drink it
something.
neatly.
American vodka.
Losers.
Who gives two fucks? I'm sorry, these advertisements suck.
As long as it
Right.
gets me
And
drunk,
I was
I don't
like,
care.
even
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Oh,
back in the day, they
I'm
were
not-
doing the Snickers ads and the fucking whatever and the burger.
the fucking
Like,
Slim Jim.
that's
like,
fine.
it's cool. No, because AEW does the same shit and it pisses me off too. When they change like the ring pose, like Rick and Morty. Oh, Rick and Morty has this new advertisement, and they're gonna put it on all the fucking ring pose and on the side of the
Yeah.
side of the ring, and they've done like logo advertisement on the ring mat itself, which Vince McMahon is a horrible human being, but his view on the ring should be clear. Is a perfectly sound reason.
I mean, I get it because TKO, they had, like, if you ever look at a UFC octagon, they have
Everywhere.
ads all inside of it. Like,
I've never cared once.
No,
I've never cared.
I
seen
never
a
looked at
fucking
it and went,
UFC
oh man, I need some Wingstop now. Like,
Yeah.
that never.
Seeing a Prime bottle in the middle of a fucking ring does not make me want to drink Prime. It just makes
Although
me
having the Prime logo and then having the C4 logo on the like aprons and shit was kind of funny. Like,
yeah. At this point, why would you not sign an exclusive deal with separate drink? But
well, I mean, obviously they had the C4 deal
first.
before
One's an
Logan
energy
was
drink,
really, yeah.
one's a hydration drink.
So it's like conflict of interest. At that point, you don't.
See,
I guess
gotta.
Yeah. Fucking weird. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care for all the ads. I understand that, they're running a business and they have to do it the way that they're doing it to an extent, but yeah, I could do without Otis doing the Manscaped thing.
It just made
Fucking
me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I was just
super awkward.
like, I got secondhand embarrassment. Thankfully, my wife had fallen asleep at that point, so like I wasn't as embarrassed, but like I could have done without that.
Yeah.
And I like Otis, but I could have done without that.
they're wrestling. What? No, he's not. Never mind.
Huh.
I was about to say they're wrestling the fucking Wyatt Six, but that's not that version of
That's
the
not,
outfit.
yeah.
With that being said, this episode's sponsored by.
But yeah, no, that shit's weird.
My tit. Yeah. But yeah, that I hate it, and I'm hoping. I, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long they're going to be on Peacock. I don't know if they're ever going to switch off of Peacock. I don't know what
As
that
the
deal looks like.
PLE deal is different from the actual streaming
Show
deal.
TVs,
So
yeah, the TV deals and stuff like that. So I think they flat out bought the WWE network. So I don't know if they'll ever get off of it, or if they just at some point decide they want to fuck off and go somewhere else. I don't know. I'm just hoping we can get away from. But it's, I mean, every streaming service has an ads version, a premium version now. Like every
yeah,
fucking service has it, which
I
is
just don't want. If you're gonna work out like, hey, we want to run ads, don't make it like 15-minute. We had to
right.
run like 3 or 4 ads. Like if it was 10 minutes a piece, cool.
Yeah,
That that would have been. I would be
7 to 10 minutes in between matches, I think, is fine.
not
You
like
don't
a
need to
fucking.
have a match and the match come out for the next match. Like you don't need that. That's at least somewhere in that 7 to 10 range. I think is okay.
If
Yeah.
a match, if a match on your card is shorter than the breaks, it is shorter than the commercial breaks, you have a problem.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
that
I.
doesn't necessarily mean that every match has to be a 15 to 20 minute match. It just means that the ads
Shorter than the fucking
shouldn't be
break.
fucking
Yeah,
15 minutes. Like
The ad
God,
shouldn't be
it's
longer than the Braun Breaker match.
yeah.
yeah, it's tough because then you sit through like a fucking 10 minute match and then you have another 15 fucking minute break and you're like, I mean, listen, if I want to go take a piss or something, that's cool. Like at least I know I can go do that and I'm not like missing anything or like, all right, I got to feed the dogs. Like I can do it after this match because I know I have time. So like certain
Only
things I
one.
go, this works out in my benefit, but at the same time, I'm like, when I don't have those things going on, I'm
I'm
like, all
just
right,
sitting there.
yeah, now I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna be tired. I want to, I'm an old man, dude. Like I'll be 37 in 2 months. Like I don't need fucking 15 or so minutes in between each match. Like I want to.
But you got to know you need Wingstop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Except I don't even think I have a Wingstop near me, nor do I care enough to go to a Wingstop.
I've never seen. Look, I've never seen an advertisement that made me go, "I want."
Yeah. If anything, like I've seen that meme before, where it's like, if your ad interrupts my YouTube video, I hate your like product even more, type of
Yeah,
thing. Like if you're
Uh,
if you're gonna like waterboard me with Wingstop and Wheatley vodka for fucking 4 hours, I never want to touch those in my life.
enemy
I
number
Um,
probably will
one.
never see this fucking. I don't drink as much, so I will probably never see this fucking vodka a day in my life.
It's not.
no,
It's not good.
I don't even like vodka, so like I'm even more
Yeah,
unsold on it.
See,
So
I do like vodka, and it's
and still wouldn't
I'm
drink that
I'm
shits.
a bourbon guy, so like, and
I
even
don't.
then, I don't drink that often. But when I do, it's some form of bourbon.
I don't care. Cody Rhodes himself came and tried to sell me this cheap ass vodka.
I will say as
Yeah,
far as the two like celebrity promoted alcoholic drinks I've done, Aviation Gin's not too bad, although I'm not a huge gin guy. It does mix very
yeah.
well. And then
That's all it's really for,
yeah,
is mixing. Yeah,
and then I did like, and I don't know if he still does it, but Stone Cold did the Broken Skull IPA.
yeah, he has
That
it.
wasn't too
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not an IPA guy, so like
It's
that.
it's more, if I could attribute it, it's closer to Guinness than it is an IPA.
Yeah, I know I'm Irish, but I still don't care for
Yeah.
Guinness. I don't want to chew my beer.
It's not that bad.
Like
That's an
it's
over,
yeah.
that's an over exaggeration. It's not that bad. It's not, it's still not great, but it's not
Yeah,
that bad.
I could do that. I'm also not a beer guy anymore either. So like I don't.
But
Um, so did we touch on all of the matches?
no, Nia Jax, LA Knight, and then the Bloodline match are still left.
Okay.
Um, so here,
the two matches
I'm
need
gonna
to go
say it,
in.
and I'm gonna sound like an asshole. I could not have given any
Oh,
less
this
of a shit
man.
about the Nia Jax Bailey match.
I
I like
liked it.
those.
Like it wasn't
The
a
match was
bad
fine.
match, but it just the story they didn't really do much with the story to sell me on it.
I've seen argued where like the majority of the match was kind of until the final like bit of
Yeah.
it kind of brought it back. I
Like so much so that I didn't really care who won or lost. Like the title change didn't really matter to me. Because I mean, frankly, they didn't really do anything with it with Bailey.
yeah, but that's not her fault.
And it's not. I'm
I
not
like Bailey.
yeah.
I am a fan of Bailey.
BBL Bailey.
BBL Bailey. That's my girl. BBL Bailey. Anyway, no, I enjoy her matches. I enjoy her. I've said it before, whether it's unpopular because I know it's popular to just shit on Naya. Since she's come back, I think she's been great.
Yeah. No, I've
You know,
seen a dramatic
she's not
improvement.
wrestling 5-star matches. That's not her thing.
Yeah.
But I think she's been more than fine, especially after you compare it to what she was before.
Yeah.
I think she's been more entertaining. I think they've booked her better. They booked her stronger. And she's even looked credible in her losses. So um, her and Tiffany Stratton are an interesting combo. Uh, I like that, Tiffany faked the cash in to distract Bailey to set up for Nia to take that win.
Yeah.
Um, I was fine with the match. I know it's popular to shit on Nia Jax matches and Nia Jax in general.
The match really wasn't the match was fine
Just
for
the
me.
book.
It was just the booking for the match. I just
Yeah.
didn't
And
Yeah,
feel
listen,
connected.
it didn't do phenomenal for at least half of it, but I think the second half of the match was great.
And even then, I mean, I feel like since Bailey defeated Damage Control, they haven't booked her well since.
No,
They haven't considered her in any of the big plans around her
Like
title reign. And she's
you
always
had
been
her
seen as an afterthought.
yeah, you had her against Piper Nevin, and they didn't really do much with that. And it's just I was fine with the title change, let Nia have a bit of a run with it, and then I'm sure Tiffany Stratton, that's where it's gonna lead, is
more than
she'll eventually pick it up. Which I also think is fine. I think she's well, for lack of better phrasing, she's really hot right now on the scene. So I mean I could see
Soft like a baked potato.
yeah.
Sorry.
But and then
Because I can see where this is headed.
yeah.
I see this headed. The reason why Nia is going to be the one with the belt is because we're building to the Nia Jade match.
Could, yeah. And then
I
Stratton
see
cashes in on
Jade
both of them.
actually,
Beat each other
she might.
senseless, and then she cashes in on the lifeless
Yep.
carcasses. Yeah.
I see Tiffany cashing in on that match.
Do you think Jade turns on Bianca, or is she still going to be
No,
face going? I guess she'd be the face
she'll be
going
face
into it.
going in.
yeah, because Nia's the heel, so you
Yeah.
can't. Like, it would be silly to
Straight.
have. I mean, they just did heel versus heel with Damien and Gunther, but like I said, I mean, they've been slowly turning Damien face for like a month.
Yeah.
I see the
Uh,
slow burn for Jade turning heel. So by the time WrestleMania season comes around, we'll have Jade and Bianca as a WrestleMania match for the women's title.
Okay.
Intrigued by their absence, by the way, especially Bianca not having a spot on the show.
Because they had the match at SummerSlam. I mean SmackDown. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, a bunch of people didn't get on the show because they had the tag match at SmackDown.
That and I
the
also
title
think Bianca had a speaking event or something this weekend at a con where like it was for like not like just some random like she went to a con and like it was an actual
But
like panel
yes,
that they're promoting.
yeah. But
I
they do
just know
limit it.
that it furthers the Triple H is a racist rumors, and
I'm gonna ignore that. As a black person, I'm choosing to ignore this.
Can ignore that.
No, because it's not
it's
like
just
we
so.
haven't seen enough to warrant that claim.
But
And it's like
because Ricochet's
they're
leaving and Lashley's leaving and
MVP
MVP
still
said
calling him a racist.
something,
Yeah,
and then Bianca's been apparently booked like shit since Triple H took over,
I
and I'm
guess.
like, I mean, if the alternative is to where everybody wants her to lose again, so she's getting that like fucking 2010 John Cena treatment. I'd rather her be booked the way she currently is as opposed to the way she was booked before because I like Bianca and I want to continue to like Bianca.
Yeah.
So having her booked as like superhuman is just not, I don't know, it's just not, it didn't work for a lot of people. And I know that drew hate from people for not enjoying it. Uh, I mean, we joked about it last year when she was like on one leg and still managed to like win the fucking triple threat match after she like shouldn't have been like functioning.
Yeah.
Um,
Bianca
you know, okay,
Hogan.
fine, they did it just to lose, you know, in the cash and whatever. Okay, fine. Um, but yeah, I just think it's so stupid that they continue to have that narrative of there's no diversity and you know, they have Hispanic people and you know the Samoans and everything like that. Like there's diversity on here if we're gonna bitch about diversity, but let's give it more time before we kind of feed into nonsense. But obviously, it's just easy to feed into nonsense. People, I mean, the people that are upset with WWE are gonna be upset no matter what they do. I mean, they're bitching about Triple H coming out at the beginning of the show to do the "Are you ready? Welcome to SummerSlam" thing. Um,
I have
I don't know.
slight. I have slight. Not that part. It's just him doing that, going to Jelly Roll, cool. Then going to the Miz to introduce it into SummerSlam. It's like, all right, that part needs to be cut out. Just
I,
the Miz part.
why do
Not
we
even
need
Triple H.
hosts? I don't understand why we
Yeah,
need hosts for pay-per-views.
that was
Yeah,
fine.
because they're
To set
making
up
it more of
some
a
bit at the
spectacle. That yeah,
to make up some bit so they can announce the fucking numbers.
I mean, and I'm okay with if he's not wrestling and he's in his hometown in the football stadium that he is a fan of, like getting to do something. At least he's getting used in
Yeah.
Cleveland. Like, good for him. You know, he's getting
Didn't need
something
to be
done.
out there in the front. He didn't need to be out there at the beginning. The whole
No,
bit with him, our truth and Jelly Roll, perfectly fine. Don't care. Like
Jelly
I
Roll
don't
with
care
that
about it.
fucking one arm choke slam,
Yeah,
looking like
fucking got
fucking
height on him.
2002 Kane.
The hype,
Yeah,
man.
that part was fine. I just didn't like Triple H going into Jelly Roll, then going into Miz, both introducing us into like hosting us into SummerSlam.
Double
Like,
Yeah,
introduction.
yeah, don't need that.
Yeah, I don't
It's
disagree with
redundant.
that. It
yeah,
is. Yeah, it's absolutely
yeah.
redundant.
That's the only thing
Either
really.
do Triple H or do the Miz. You can't do both. Pause.
I
That
was gonna
sounds
say, bro.
Can always do both.
that's crazy.
There's
I mean,
no.
if I had to pick, you know, one has
Okay,
more power than the other, so like, you know, it's a no-brainer.
do I get to do their wives too? Because that
And
changed.
that makes it hard though, too, though. No,
Yeah, it
No, it
does.
doesn't.
no pause. But
No, it doesn't. It's an easy choice.
I mean, I like both of them. So it's fine.
Nah, nah,
I'm not gonna
not
pretend Stephanie
2002.
McMahon's not attractive. I don't know.
Yeah,
This ain't 2002, Stephanie. I don't care.
she looked good yesterday.
Yeah, it's whatever. But match was okay. Then we got Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
I
LA
still
Knight
think it was
won.
a really
No,
well done match.
I hate Logan Paul.
I think
I stand on it.
his dope uh what was it, moonsault from the
Moonsault,
rock, that was really well done. Like that,
cool move.
You know,
he really
As
hung in
negative
the air
about
there
it,
for a while. It was
I
really
saw
good.
Taka Michinoku do that in 1997. It's like, okay, but
people
like,
bring
it's
up
still
fucking
impress. It's still
like
impressive that he did
yeah.
it. Like,
Oh
yes, I
no,
also saw Kota Ibushi do it a
in
couple years
the
ago too,
yeah.
and it was
It doesn't
impressive when he did it, and it was impressive when. Listen, I do not like Logan Paul. I dislike Logan Paul as a human being. Well before
negative
he was
five
a
out of
wrestling
10.
character, well before
Actually, negative 20
he
out of 10.
said stupid shit on Twitter, back when he was saying stupid shit on YouTube, um, you know, whatever. I can still be impressed with the things he can do in the ring,
Yeah, I mean the hang time he
especially
had.
given the time. Like it was a nice move. We can call a spade a spade. Dude's a piece of shit, but it was still impressive. I don't care.
I do like how he's
Um,
always able to find the least liked celebrities to be his like entourage. Where it's like MGK. I was like, oh, boo, fuck this guy. I was like, there. What was it? MJ, almost MJF.
Yeah.
Come on, Cole, get it together.
That fucking superplex spot.
The Brainbuster.
Yeah. That was rough watching. I was a little worried. Like obviously, I don't care for
I don't.
Logan
I
Paul,
don't
but
want anyone to
I don't
die.
want
But
yeah,
also,
I don't
if
want
you
him
had
fucking
dropped on his fucking neck, I would have actually cheered.
Jesus.
It would have
yeah,
been funny.
yeah. I
Because
mean
that was very close, and that wouldn't even been LA Knight's fault. It would have been Logan Paul for
no,
just
yeah, the
turning.
way he I don't
The
know,
way he
like
was
he kind
taking
of
it.
he was supposed to and then he like kind of
It's like he
floated
rotated
back like
midway.
yeah. I mean, he corrected it at the end. Thankfully, he got himself rotated back the right way, but he like I don't know, he was going that way and then stopped and like started kind of coming back this way. So he almost got fucking dropped directly on his neck.
Yeah, that was
It almost looked like a not even a brain buster, but the fucking like a super muscle
buster.
buster. Yeah, and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
because the way his like legs were bent in air, kind of thing. It was it was a rough watch, but at least thankfully he was okay. Not that I care about his
Yeah.
well being, but
Logan
don't want
Paul
to
has
see somebody
hit like
fucking
Chris
get
Jericho levels of
crippled.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
So it's like I don't care how good the match is, I just mentally check out.
It was a good match. I stand by. It was a very well done match, and there was a lot of good spots in it.
obviously the right person won.
Yeah.
There's no way he was gonna win that match, especially after the comments on the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like ironically holding the US title and making these comments, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Well, we
Uh,
can anyway.
I did make a
There's
comment.
another U.S. champion recently making some comments that caught attention in a
Yeah,
negative fashion. Now, one's playing a character, the other one
one's
is
just being a piece of shit.
yeah.
One's knowingly like, I'm saying these dumb things and I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I did make a comment to Porto where it was about him finally winning the championship. That I hope him gaining and holding the championship is as entertaining as him achieving, like striving for the championship.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because
So
that was
long
kind of my
as
thing with Rhodes right now. Was like he makes a great chasing chasing for the championship, but as of right now, like it's been kind of okay as him holding the championship.
well, I mean, listen, him and AJ was solid.
Yeah.
And we're kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but listen, I like Solo. Um, obviously, he's not ready to be a WWE champion yet, but I think, given the situation with Roman not being around, I think he's done a more than fine job.
Yeah.
I know, he sucks, blah 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 blah. Like he's obviously entertaining. If you've seen like videos of him in like house shows where he's just kind of like gonna fake, dap somebody up and like kind of fuck around. Like, guy has more personality than he's been able to show. Same thing, like you could have said the same thing about Roman fucking 10 years ago. Um, Roman has more personality than he was allowed to show for a while, and doing those scripted suffer and succotash promos and shit, like obviously didn't help him. But um, I thought, and again, it's one of those like, the main event is Cody versus Solo, like, oh, this is fucking. But
Bloodline
I
rules.
mean,
Starting
obviously with the bloodline rules, it brought them more excitement, and what everybody was waiting to happen happened. But you got
What
your
was that?
turns with
What
that.
happened?
But the original tribal chief
The OG tribal chief.
came back, the one and only tribal
The
chief,
only
What's
the
I was trying to figure out what his shirt said. I was like, what the fuck does
OTC.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's right.
The only tribal chief I will acknowledge, as much as I like Solo, Roman Reigns is the tribal chief. He is my tribal chief.
A
He's
real
your
missed
tribal chief.
opportunity to let Paul Heyman come out and do a bit before he comes out.
Yeah. Nah, it was fine the way it was.
I could have been right.
Yeah. Call Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Oh, they've also changed his theme.
Slightly.
Yeah, there's the start of it's a little
It's a
different.
lot of drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They inserted a lot of drums into this, and I don't because he doesn't even play the way it was before.
It's a tad bit different. Yeah, it's I
The
noticed it
the
hearing it.
intro for it is different, and then
No,
it
because he
leads
doesn't even go
into
into the main
Like
It
the
sounds almost completely different.
I do remember hearing
Well, yeah,
aspects of it,
yeah,
but
they
it's like-
started it differently. I guess I saw something like they wanted to give it more of a baby face feel because like the current music had more of a obviously
Heel.
like heel final boss, not to no pun
It
intended,
should have
but
been.
like
No, it's a cool
Final
thing.
boss.
yeah.
I do like.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed his theme, so like I would have been fine if that's what played. I also very much enjoy that he didn't just come back as a smiling fucking happy-go-lucky. Like he's just clearly very pissed off. Like he didn't do it for Cody, he did it because of Solo.
Yeah.
Like he came back and attacked Solo, and then just kind of looked at Cody and was like, "All right."
Yeah.
Also in true Tongaloa fashion, absolutely whiffing the fucking turnbuckle and that.
Okay, so to give him the benefit of the doubt, he is wearing an eye patch.
Nah, I'd still like.
Bro, depth perception when you're wearing an eye patch. If you've never worn an eye patch before, that shit fucks your depth perception.
Well, then
Yeah.
it sounds like we should have done an eye patch bit, and
No, you're right.
like if
It's-
that's the case,
Right,
then that's
I agree with you. However,
just
for the benefit of the doubt,
because I'm
dude's
watching it,
wearing
and I
an eye
go,
patch.
oh wait, I go, he's not lined up right. About that minute, he just slams him
Yeah.
into the ropes and then drags
What
him
is-
over.
It's Tangaloa, so it's like, he's gonna fuck up something.
It's just
He's gonna
it's like
fuck up.
every pay-per-view. He has
Get
absolutely
your
botched
shit
something.
together, Camacho. Let's go.
Watch anything in New Japan when everyone was like, "Yeah, God is coming back." Like, it was gonna. This is what you were gonna get.
The best one
I
is
know
still the
who
low
New Japan
blow.
used
The low blow one is still the where you just
He fucking
absolutely
punched
just
it in the
domes.
First of all, his best thing is always gonna be the fucking 619.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh,
you've
what is?
never
I say
seen
I
the
haven't
New Japan-
seen.
I need you to watch. Just look up Tangaloa 619. It'll be the funniest thing you've seen.
Gotcha. I checked that out. But
It's
yeah,
just-
I'm curious if he'll be on SmackDown this week. Because is he still technically part of SmackDown, or is he
Yes. It kind of sounded like he was going to be on SmackDown this week.
Was he in the press conference? I didn't remember.
No.
No.
I know they showed
Roman don't do
pictures. Apparently, like Jimmy was there as well. I guess.
Those
Are those old
other than-
pictures?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It seemed a little odd. I was like, yeah, because. But yeah, it was a good pay per view. I'm like you said, it's a story. It's storytelling.
Jacob Fatu might have hurt his leg,
'Cause
might
he's
not
got a
have hurt his
boot,
leg.
maybe.
He had the boot on, but I heard maybe he's okay. I don't know. I'm hoping, obviously, he is okay because that spot looked like he rammed his shin pretty good into
Well, I
the
mean,
fucking
it's
table before it broke.
you're gonna be prone to injury when you're carrying the entire bloodlines. That's what you pay.
Nah, see, I don't. That's why I said, man, Solo doesn't deserve the slander he gets.
Him and Solo are fine. I don't know if I really care for God.
Tamatonga's fine too.
He's
it's
okay.
Tongaloa that really.
The thing is, what are they gonna do with the belts now?
What do you mean?
If Jacob's actually hurt, are we doing Freebird rules where it's like, hey, or they're just gonna swap it over?
I'm fine with them.
I just figured.
Freebird
Yeah, I
rules.
was saying. I
I figured they would do that
style.
anyway. Yeah, because I mean, if it does set up where people have been talking about Jacob Fatu kind of switching over to Team Roman, and they might still have the belts at that point. Yeah, just let God hold it. Or I mean, if Tongalo is still hurt, then obviously let Solo hold it in the meantime with Tamatonga, just to, which they might still do now if both of them are actually hurt, like that. Let Solo hold it in the meantime. Not that it takes away from the story a little bit, but whatever.
Not enough that you couldn't explain it.
Right.
But
And they've done. I mean, they have a precedent for that with New Day. With fucking Spirit Squad. Like they've had teams before do the Freebird rule.
well, that was. I mean, even New Day. It was pretty much every time. Like you just never knew who was gonna hold it.
It was going to be a different
Combination of the three.
Which is fine. I don't mind that when those kinds of that's a group of 3, 4, or 5 or whatever. Like,
What's the next pay per view that's coming? AEW
It's
or is it all
well,
in?
AEW's all in. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the Swerve Danielson title for career.
Yep.
There's no shot he wins
Oh,
that title.
no, because he's already said he's not signing a new contract.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So is it the retirement match? I guess is he gonna be
Yep.
done after?
because he said he's like not. The whole thing is like, I'm not wrestling again if I lose.
Gotcha.
Which, honestly, if there's a way for Danielson to go out, at least it's on his terms.
Yeah.
Because we've been playing his career has been like playing a game this whole time. So it's like, at least he gets to set up a match as big as this and finally go out saying, hey, I made this choice, instead of someone saying I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same conversation we had about Edge all over again. Like any time we've gotten with him extra from him coming back from injury, I think it's a blessing.
Yeah.
And we should enjoy the fact that he's able to do it. And if he thinks the best course of action is to stop doing it on his terms, I support it. Of course, I would love to see him wrestle more. I would love to see him go back to WWE for a final run if that was ever in the cards. But I mean, if he's decided to hang him up, let him.
Yeah, it should be a good match, but yeah, I'm happy to have him be able to retire on his own terms and it not be a forced. So I'm sure it'll be a great match. But when is All In? That's
End of
2 weeks.
August
2
20th,
weeks.
August 25th.
Gotcha.
So, sorry, just
Like 2 weeks.
like 3-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's all the notes I have on my ends or anything.
That's it. For
Before
me.
we wrap it
Well,
up for the evening, we fit
I
our.
think we fit everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything we cared enough to talk about. We got some fun in, some games, some extra rounds.
Yeah,
Yep.
fucking assholes.
I mean, yeah, listen, we'll do it again
Fucking
next week. And
calendar, man.
That's fine. I'm gonna get real fucking obscure.
Okay. get
we'll
ready.
do it. How
Nothing
about
but
this?
obscure
We'll do it.
DC villains.
We'll
I
do a couple.
promise you.
We'll do a couple of each just to kind of mix it up a little bit.
All right, ladies and
I like
gentlemen, that is where we're wrapping up for the night. It has been a pleasure as
Yes.
always, and we will catch you guys on the other side of the ring. Good night.